Hello everybody and welcome back to World of Warships Legends. My name is Spartan Elite 43 and tonight we are in the Fletcher. Now this is a match that I've had kind of been holding on to it for a little while, so I apologize for that. But it's a good match, so I hope you guys enjoy. Now, one of the things I try to give you guys is a little bit of diversity. You know, I'm a big fan of battleships. Nobody disagrees, probably. But I like to try to add other things in there as well because, honestly, there's not a whole lot of content in the game right now. So if I was only to run my battleships, it would be pretty stale pretty quick, if you ask me. So, we're in the Fletcher, Tier 7 American destroyer. And I'll be real honest, as far as destroyers go, I really do enjoy this thing. I'm not good in destroyers, you guys know this. I tend to get myself obliterated in a hurry. But, let's see what happens when I don't get obliterated in a hurry. Now, I have UEG Spartan with me, and I forget what we were doing. I know we played a lot of the Iowas this night, and we played some other ships, and just had an overall good time. But, this is one of the few times where we both like, let's just jump in a destroyer, see what happens. And this Jervis gets some nasty hits on me, but manages to only knock out one of my turrets, so we're fine there. I don't mind. As long as I'm not going to get, like, shut down in front of them, I'll let the turret come back, and then we'll be able to use it again. Now, we shoot those torpedoes out there in a hurry directly at where the spawn point is for the enemy team. Again, this is one of the things that I disagree with about torpedoes. We've already got 2 hits. And there's not a whole lot that the enemy could do about it, unless they had already started moving at the beginning of the match to try to avoid getting hit. If they're going forward, they're going to get hit, because they're not going to see him coming in time, and then it's too late. And we start off the match with 2 hits, so 26,000 damage. That's pretty significant, if you ask me. So, yeah. Should we talk about torpedoes? You guys know I'm an avid anti-torpedo, or at least not anti-torpedo. I understand that they exist. I understand they're extremely powerful. I also understand that it's not impossible to avoid them completely. Especially if I'm the one shooting them at you, because God knows I have had entire matches where I have sailed around, shot torpedoes every time they come up at people, and it's like they know the moment I pull the trigger on the torps to immediately change course. And I'm not even spotted most of the time. It's just my luck. I don't have it. So when I talk about playing destroyers, I always talk about luck. A lot of things have to go your way to get away with just mass murder in a destroyer. And some of those things is just people doing predictable things. Doing stupid things, as we call them in battleships. When people are stupid, they're very easy targets for destroyers. Now, generally speaking, I'm pretty safe from destroyers most of the time. I do get the occasional single or double torp, but for the most part, I don't usually walk into entire barrages without knowing they're on their way. You know what I mean? I'm pretty good at keeping myself aware that there are bad guys out there with torpedoes that want me dead. And I play as such. Even though a lot of people call it way too passive, a lot of people say, I don't know, man, if carriers get implemented, then you're going to have to change the way you play. Well, I'll deal with that when the carriers get implemented. For now, I have 20.3 kilometers range. I intend to use every bit of it. Because a dead battleship is not a good battleship. So, speaking of dead battleships and not good battleships, we have an Amagi going through a very narrow channel, and we are almost ready to come up behind him. That's not a good day if you're in an Amagi. But the good news for him is he's sailing away from us. And with these torpedoes, we've got to be careful, because if we manage to screw up bad enough, he could potentially ruin us. They're only 9.2 kilometers. So if he's sailing away from us, we have to get very, very close in order to not get, in order to land a hit. That being said, we launch our torpedoes into the gap. Now, I'm knowing that I can't hit the Amagi from there. I know. But there's a smoke screen there as well. And I figure from this angle, I should be able to cover that entire channel with torpedoes and pretty much guarantee a hit. Hopefully. Now, we've already had 2 hits in this game. Are we going to get a third with that barrage of torpedoes? Unfortunately, it doesn't look to be a thing. But with those torpedoes sailing through there, we are a little ways out from being able to shoot more. But we have islands. Unfortunately, this Iowa has a plane, and I'm about to run aground because I'm a dingus. Ooh, come on. Yep, there it is. There it is. Just a love tap. It's fine. Luckily, we avoided detection somehow. The concealment of destroyers is disgusting. I am 7 kilometers from the Iowa who is sailing broadside to me with a plane out, and he can't see me. Now, the plane flew away from us, so that helps. But we are just biding our time. We have 16 seconds left till our torps come back. That plane is about to get me detected because it's flying right back towards me in one more round. The Iowa's changing directions once again, and I'm once again about to run into an island. So now that he is in range, now I have torpedoes, now I am spotted, I'm going to go ahead and throw the torpedoes in his general direction and also account for the fact that he might try to slow down. So I fire the second salvo behind the first, just in case he decides to slow down. I pop my smoke and I sit in it. And now I'm going to reverse away from that position because he just got a hit from there. I know it was his secondary batteries. That's his main batteries. But as you can see, our friendly torpedo monster managed to miss. And the Iowa managed to turn away and sail so far away that I don't think I'm going to get a hit either. And that's depressing, because up to this point we only have 26,000 damage. The enemy team is losing, but... Oh, wait! Iowa made a grievous error and has now decided to turn back into my torpedoes, who are just chasing him down. Wait for it! 1, 2, 3... And the flooding. Go ahead, fire the gun, Spartan. Might as well give your position away. And it didn't matter because we flooded him to death anyway. But at least we were able to give our position away to make it somewhat, interesting. So we went from 23,000 damage to 65,000 damage that quickly. And that is the biggest lesson to learn that I need to learn in a destroyer. I get in such a hurry. Like, I am the master of patience when it comes to battleships. I know that if I get myself into a position, I'm going to die. Like, if I get myself up into the center of the map early in the match, and then I start getting into the fight early, I'm going to die. Because people will just go out of their way to kill me. And that's not because I'm a YouTuber, that's because it's a big, slow, fat battleship. And we get the set on the fire and the tick of damage that gives us the kill, taking us up to 2 kills now. And we've killed 2 tier 7 battleships. Now, obviously, we didn't get much on the Amagi, but we got the amount that counted. But what I'm getting at is, you have the potential to do so much damage so quickly in a destroyer that you could literally spend the entire match doing nothing but sailing around and missing, and get one devastating strike and make the match a good match. Now, I'm not gonna lie, we've royally screwed up, but I have a shot at the Gneisenau now. I get both sets of torpedo. Oh, nope, we only got 1 set of torpedoes away. It's unfortunate, but the Gneisenau is going to eat every last one of them. Wait for it. Oh, nope, we missed with 1. That's a shame. But 4, yep, that's a bad day. That's a real bad day. And wait for it. Devastating strike. And just like that, we went from 65,000 damage to 118,000 damage. So, as I was saying, my biggest thing that I need to learn about being in a destroyer is patience. Which is funny, because you would think, well, Spartan, I mean, you literally spend most of your battleship matches sitting there firing at stuff at 20 kilometers. You would think you would be like the most patient person on the planet. But when it comes to destroyers, I think I get overconfident because I know of my quick strike capability. I know that I have smoke to disappear. I know that I have the ability to go really fast and be basically invisible even a short distance away from people. And that overconfidence leads to my destruction more often than not. So, if you take anything away from this video whatsoever, that a battleship captain is playing a destroyer, is be a little more patient. Yes, you can absolutely run up there and torp the crap out of people. But, more often than not, if you're the first thing spotted, you're a dead man. I don't care what ship you're in. If you're the first thing spotted and you're spotted that early in the match, you are going to die. Because everybody is waiting for that first shot. And you're it. And I don't care how good you are. I don't care how tanky your ship may be. You do not want to be on the receiving end of 9 people's attention. There are movies out there for that. I'll leave that to you. Anyway, so hopefully you guys have enjoyed my baffling account of my destroyer play while this team caps the base because their destroyer surely wouldn't give himself up. I mean, we know he was near the cap, but we have people in the cap and the cap's not going up, which means one thing. The destroyer's in the cap, guys, and he's not detected yet. So unless the destroyer does something incredibly stupid, like fires his guns, or the battleship manages to get close enough to detect him, he's not going to do anything. We can't cap. We have the points lead, but he's just stalling for time. Now, he had already launched his torpedoes. You could see that in the background a second ago. So we were just looking around, wondering where he's going to pop up. We know he's on the left side. We go ahead, we look at the Iowa, and sure enough, the little bugger fires his guns at our destroyer. Hello, sunshine. How you doing? That's fancy meeting you out here on the open waters next to all these Iowas. Wait for it. Oh, he got away with it. He did get away with it, but not for long. Because when you're the attention of the entire enemy team, you don't live long. He managed to go from most of his health to literally none of it. Not in record time. I'd say definitely took a little while here, but I think that was mostly due to our team's poor shooting ability. But that being said, we end up getting a decent game. So what do we end up with? 118,000 damage, top of the leaderboard, 3 kills, 2,000 XP earned, devastating strikes, death from the graves, so the flesh wound, all the goods, high caliber in that as well. So if you like what I'm doing, punch the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, I will see you in the next video.